Hello, I'm Zhezhong from the University of Edinburgh, and this project, Cheat Sheets for Data Visualization Techniques, collaborates with Lovisa Sandin, Dave Murray-Rust, and Benjamin Bach. This video will introduce cheat sheets for data visualization techniques to support understanding and using unfamiliar visualization techniques. Visualization techniques are central to the practice of data visualization. They turn patterns in data into visual patterns that can be read and understood by people. Some of these examples you may know, others may look unfamiliar. While visualization techniques are intended to make information comprehensible, many techniques require some degree of learning and understanding of visual mappings, graphical conventions, symbols, marks, layouts, and patterns to properly decode the visualization. There's no shortage of resources to learn about data visualization, including books, survey paper, workshops, classes, and online catalogs of techniques. Here are screenshots from Visualization Catalog, Python Gallery, and the Tree Map introduction page from Andy Kirk's book. There are other similar works. They provide text explanations and pictures of examples. But much of this material talks about general topics in visualization, such as deception, design principle, presentation, tasks, storytelling, or layouts. So, how to help novice user understand and decode visualization technique correctly? This includes what patterns can we see and how should we interpret them? What are the common misinterpretations to avoid for a given technique? There is a call for resources that are tightly structured and standardized, which align with established visual design principles and which are easy to understand. In order to support the development of materials for learning, teaching, and the regular use of visualization techniques, we present cheat sheets for visualization techniques. This slide shows two cheat sheets. We define our cheat sheets as a set of concise, annotated graphical explanations of aspects for a specific visualization technique. We imagine the cheat sheets to support two scenarios. The first scenario is for first-time learning, aided through slides, posters, books, or activities. And for the second scenario, as lookup material during an actual data exploration process. The current form of our cheat sheets do not aim to overview and classify visualization techniques, and not to support finding the right techniques for a certain task. We present cheat sheets for a selection of non-trivial visualization techniques for different data types like temporal, relational, hierarchical, statistical, and multidimensional. We choose 6 visualization techniques which we believe are non-trivial to understand. They are parallel coordinates plots, adjacency matrices, box plots, tree maps, confluence graphs, and time curves. We have carried out an iterative design process that involves 8 experts and their feedback. We will look at each step in detail later, but let me show you the cheat sheets first. We designed 6 different types of cheat sheets for each technique. Each of them explains a specific aspect of a technique and supports different usage scenarios. Let's start with the anatomy. It explains the visual elements of a visualization, inspired by illustrations in patterns. It demonstrates their compositions, their specific terminology, and how they relate to the data. The visual components of visualization can include individual visual marks as well as groups of marks, access, locations in visualization, and etc. Construction explains the conceptual idea behind a visualization design and how it encodes data. It reflects the relation between the data and its visual encoding, demonstrating the process of constructing or providing a familiar metaphor. Visual pattern sheets provide a catalog of meaningful patterns that may occur in a visualization. Spotting patterns can be important to correctly interpret visualization and making discoveries. For example, network cliques in adjacency matrices are visible as solid blocks. Pitfalls show possible misinterpretations of a visualization. Distinct from ways that visualizations can be poorly designed, such as missing labels, different but hard to perceive colors, not colorblind safe, or despictive titles. Pitfalls are specific to a given technique and can occur even with well-designed outputs. False friends list visualization techniques that are visually similar but functionally different. For example, box plots share similarities with candlestick bars and arrow bars in bar charts. For unfamiliar eyes, time curves can look similar to connected scattered plots. Well-known relative highlights other approaches to visualize the same data. For example, node-link diagrams and adjacency matrices, scatter plots, and parallel coordinates. An introduction is a format that introduces a visualization technique within a specific context, explains its purpose, and highlights important aspects designed in the individual sheets. An introduction is a more elaborate component that can include information from other sheets to provide an overview of the technique, starting with some context, data examples, including constructions, pitfalls, and finish with a joke. Okay, after seeing these data visualization cheat sheets examples, let's turn back to see the methodology. We have experienced 7 stages of iteration to improve the content and design. First, we selected several common but non-trivial visualization techniques such as tree maps, adjacency matrices, and horizon graphs, and used these to try a range of cheat sheet types to explore, like comparison, variation, advantages, drawbacks, and concrete examples. Second, we conducted a 2-hour code design workshop with 3 senior university lecturers. They were then asked to feedback on the draft cheat sheets prepared in step 1. The expert workshop highlighted the need for concrete examples when introducing a visualization technique. After redesigning our sheets based on feedback, we consulted individually with 4 university lecturers on potential use cases. After another set of internal iterations, we conducted individual readability walkthroughs with 4 graduate students. We obtained feedback on ambiguities that required further explanation and how much they have understood the concept. We asked the researcher and designer unfamiliar with our research to create cheat sheets for additional 3 visualizations based on our examples. The example structures were found to be straightforward and salient. To obtain further feedback on readability, usability, and refine our design, we conducted an empirical user study, following the rapid iterative test and evaluation method with 11 participants novel to visualization. We eventually conducted 2 workshops with a total of 5 visualization experts and non-experts to apply, evaluate, and refine design guidelines to creating additional cheat sheets with the support of our meta cheat sheets. There is a lot of value in creating cheat sheets by students, as making cheat sheets requires a good understanding of technique, a critical eye, the structuring of knowledge, and a clear presentation. Here is an example of a meta cheat sheet for designing anatomy. The full set of instructional material for creating visualization cheat sheets, including the full list of guidelines and accompanying graphical explanations, can be found on our website. These guidelines were learned through the multiple iterations. For example, abstraction is good to make examples general and make this generality understood. Concrete examples help to understand a visualization in the first place, such as in our introduction. Visual hierarchy, using fonts, sizes, grid backgrounds, grouping, and careful use of colors and separators helps structure content and make information retrievable. Maximize graphic text ratio to support lookup and visual exemplification. Use text to give additional information. Show pattern variations whenever possible to help understand the main graphical characteristic of a pattern. Use complementary terminology to help link concepts from visual space, abstract data space, and concrete application space. There is potentially a huge design space for cheat sheets formats to explore. Besides introduction, examples include posters, slideshows, videos, or embedded and iterative visualization, such as pop-up reading guides. To summarize, we defined 6 types of sheets for 6 common but non-trivial visualization techniques, and refined them through an iterative method involving expert interviews and workshops, readability feedback, design by example, a readability study, and a guideline workshop. To aid the creation of new cheat sheets, we present a refined set of design guidelines along with our freely available and modifiable library of cheat sheets. Click the link here to our website where you can find all of these materials. We hope that this material helps the community to build a common language and repository of material towards defining and developing a plan for visualization literacy.